3, 2, 1. Yo, what is up, everybody? It is your boy Nikolai Capone, and today I'm joined with my lovely co-hosts. To the bottom left, Retro EJ, producer of the show.
What's up? What's up? Let's get it.
To my left, King G. What's good?
Baby? Let's get it.
Are you
going,
playing the
baby.
game while you're?
No, it's doing.
Oh, no. I just see it moving. I'm like,
I'm trying to level up my horse.
Oh, okay. And then right below me, King Jackson.
What up?
And let's go ahead and get this started. Retro.
So we do have some depressing news to start off the show today. Sad to say, didn't want it to happen. DMX passed today. A legend passed today, should I say.
Thanks.
You know, he had some issues earlier this week. You know, people thought he was going to pull through. He died at 50 years old. And, you know, I just kind of want to go around and see how everybody feels about the situation and just kind of give our condolences, because that's all we can really do at the end of the day for him and his family. Not for us as fans, but, you know, for him and his family. At the end of the day, that's who this is about.
Yeah, that's facts. You mind if I take the lead on this?
Go ahead, my dude.
Okay. So, you know, like, I actually grew up listening to DMX because, like, my mom and my old man were actually very, very big fans of DMX, like, strangely. So I believe that, like, DMX just made very timeless music, and, like, you can still listen to, like, any of his old records, and it's like, fuck, no one was really even matching this guy's energy like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's insane that we're losing, I would say, a staple of hip hop, you know?
Facts. Actually, I agree. A staple is the perfect words, and I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. Like, he was truly, like, an icon, truly someone, like, who struggled with addiction, you know, like, from I believe it was, like, crack, like actual, you know, crack. Yeah. And I believe it was even, like, before he was born type of, you know, shit. Like, he was like, his mom was found with the drugs in her system, like, while he was alive, like, while he was, you know, still in her stomach and everything. So, like, this dude's, you know, and then, like, 14, he got betrayed by the person he looked up to, like, as a father figure, like, on his birthday. Like, he was smoking lace blunt. And it's just like, you know, there was a lot of tragedy, a lot of addiction in his life. And, like, for his last moments on his, like, you know, like, turning 50 to, you know, to be overcome by that is just absolutely just a tragedy, man. And, like, it's really, like, hurtful, because if you ever listen to his music, a lot of it's like it's always about, like, perseverance. It's always about, you know, going through and, like, making the best of your situation. I mean, if like listening to some of the songs, he's always talking about, like, quitting. He's talking about, like, quitting drinking. You know, he's always talking about, like, you know, regardless of, like, your religious choice, it's like, you know, giving his soul to God and everything. And he's always looking at Bible verses and shit like that, man. And, like, to see someone just, you know, fall victim to their addictions, just, it's terrible, man. Because, like I said, this was a dude that's been fighting this shit his whole life, half a century, and, like, he finally lost the battle, man. And that's fucking awful, you know, to hear. And, you know, I'm just glad that I'm glad his fight is over. You know what I mean? Like, you know, much love to him. I'm glad that he doesn't have to suffer anymore with that type of shit. And I felt like, you know, he overcame a lot of, like, just difficulty in life. And, you know, like I said, it's very tragic to lose somebody that created such great music, who created such a amazing legacy. And it's just, it's terrible to hear. It really is.
Definitely understand.
Yeah.
King G, you have any words?
Yeah. I've been listening to him since 99. 20 plus years later, I'm still listening to his songs from back then. It's always sad when somebody you admire and somebody who you love as a musician or an actor dies. And I agree with Nikolai. You know, he was definitely a staple. He was definitely one of my personally top rappers. He's one of my favorites. It's sad, you know. He had a heart attack, was in a vegetative state for about a week, and you know the family had to make a choice. Um,
Yeah.
he went through a lot through his life, but I do believe that the last couple of years, I want to hope that he was able to get everything straight. You know, I think he did beat his. Well, he never really beat addiction, but I think he was living clean. I think he was actually happy because, you know, when he was in his prime, I don't think he was happy. If you listen to his music, which was fire fucking music, but
Yeah.
you can feel the pain, like you said, you know, you can feel the addiction. But he had a lot of pain in his life.
Continue. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. We'll wait for you. But I mean, it was sad. But to his family, we love y'all. We hope that you know y'all are able to get through this. I hope that it was painless. Obviously, when he passed, he was in a vegetative state, but I'm hoping he was happy when he passed away. To me, that's the most important part. I hope he finally found happiness and what he was looking for, and I pray for the family. Arr.
What's up? Jackson, you have anything to say?
A lot's already been said. I mean, we're all saddened about the loss. You know, it's kind of crazy.
Yo, give me like a short thing of what happened with everybody. I was only gone 1 second.
Oh, I'm just saying, got an unforgettable voice. Like everybody in the industry, anybody can hear him. Like, oh, it's fucking DMX.
Oh yeah, facts. Very unforgettable voice, dude. Like, I was actually listening to like the Locks and like Jay-Z on a song with DMX, and it's like, man, like they sounded so similar, and then like DMX just comes in, bro.
Right.
And just a completely different style.
But like,
suck my.
he legit like, see, like, you know, I know his music career and things like that, but you know, I more know his music through movies. His movies are his soundtracks are within 75 titles over the years.
God
That's
dang.
a huge track record, and him acting in a lot of those movies. So like I told y'all today, I wanted to watch Cradle to the Grave. I went and bought Cradle to the Grave today. Romeo Almost Died. One of my favorite parts, people always forget, he wanted to do comedy, you know, and you know, he stretched out and did Top 5 by Chris Rock. If y'all have never seen that movie, Chris Rock had a movie called Top 5. Had all these celebrity cameos and a great movie. But DMX is in the movie with him in jail, and he sings kind of like how he does the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I mean, it's one of the best parts of the movie. And, you know, he was just uplifting every time you saw him. And anything he was in, any interview he had, anybody he was around, he surrounded himself. He uplifted everyone around him.
Mm.
You know? And definitely Belly. Y'all need to watch Belly.
Oh, of course. Yeah, it's just an unfortunate, unforeseen circumstance that just happened, man. It was
a sad way to go.
Yeah, it's a terrible way to go, man.
I kind of agree with some of the things that Nick says. It's like, you know, you struggle for so long. You know, some people do that, but it's you hate to see somebody go like that. It's hard. It's unexpected for the family, everybody, but it's like wish everybody the best, you know.
Yeah, man, and it, you know, like to say he like, you know, wasn't doing anything, like even in like, you know, 2019, he checked himself into rehab because he felt like he was gonna what was it, go back to it, you know what I mean? Like, yes. You know, that people who, you know, some people who struggle with addiction don't do that type of shit, you know what I mean? They don't, like, if they relapse, you know what I mean? So, like, very, very strong-willed man at the end of the day, and just he tried his best, and you know that's all you can really do in life.
Now, I do want to say, Nikolai, I agree with everything that you said, and you really said everything that we could have really, you hit a lot of like notes on that.
Yeah, my bad, y'all.
No, I think you spoke for all of us. Like, to be honestly, like, now I do want to talk about something on a little bit lighter note. RIP DMX, everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody get you ready?
No, this isn't Wakanda. This is the original X.
Do it one more time. One more time for the dog. Oh, yeah.
Where my dogs at?
Yeah.
Slapping my dick in the mic.
Yo, hey, bro. Like, to say DMX wasn't funny, bro, you'd be fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
But also, can you move in a little closer to the mic, Jackson?
Yeah.
Not you. Not you.
Is that better?
Not you.
Oh.
No, but we do got a little bit of funnier topic to talk about, which, I mean, it's funny in a sense, but not funny for someone. But Paul Pierce, got fired from ESPN.
We do apologize about that interruption. We have a thunderstorm in our area. Things could go off, true. Things could go off. And if it continuously goes off, then we'll probably have to do this another day. Do apologize about that, though. But hopefully we don't have another, interruption like that. We were leaving off from the DMX situation, and we're going into the Paul Pierce getting fired from ESPN situation. So
yes, so we did leave off with King G going in on how he felt about the situation. So King G.
So, like I said, he deserves to be fired. You can't do that. You are no longer an NBA player. Granted, you are a legend, and when you was in the NBA, you was a god to your city, but you're not no more. You are an analyst, a sports analyst. You cannot do that. They have you got to think about it. Analysts are more corporate. That's why you see them wearing suits. That's why you see them always talking professional. You can't have a video of you with naked strippers just smoking marijuana. Now, what you did was nothing wrong. Like, you did nothing wrong. You shouldn't burn in hell. You shouldn't be crucified, but you should be fired. You have a job that you have to keep an image. Now, Nikolai, it forgets my mind, but who owns ESPN?
Hold on. Before you get into that, you are frozen.
Radio Disney.
Am I still frozen?
Yes, you are.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I would just
let the show go on.
But Nikolai,
just tap the video. Just tap the video button, bro.
Like and
there we go. Yeah, and then you should be good.
But Nikolai, tell him
who
Disney
owns ESPN. Okay,
Disney.
Nikolai, let me ask you one more question. Do you think the head motherfucking mouse is going to allow Paul Pierce to put that video up and ruin their image?
Fuck no.
Thank you.
Who the fuck did he think he is?
And the mouse whooped your ass and fired you. You're so dumb that this is a long time coming. You go on the air and you talk about the game the night before, and you say, this team won. No, they lost. You don't have your information right. You posted the video yourself. Now, if somebody else would have posted it, that'd have been different from what sources say. Disney is firing people because of what they post, because it is messing with their image. Paul Pierce, you were a grown-ass man. You were in your, 40s? Fuck strippers. Hell, do coke and meth off of their titties and booty holes for all I care. Put that nose in that booty and woo, do that.
Ew.
But do that in your own house.
Well, he did.
See, I won't. Well, yeah,
he did.
He did do it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Shit, I saw that video, and I wanted to go like, bro, where's my invite?
Yeah,
but
I know. I want my invite.
Shaq was talking about the Boston Celtics, and it had nothing to do with the Paul Pierce incident, but it was after he got fired. So he's talking about Ray Allen and all these other players, that was on the Celtics, and he says Paul Pierce, and he stutters and says his name again with laughter, Paul Pierce. And everybody, all the other analysts, started trying not to laugh. They had to turn their head because it's a funny situation because you're such a dumbass. I love Shaq. And he can keep it a little bit unprofessional. He can be stupid and goofy because it works for him. You are not funny.
I don't know. That video was funny, bro.
I mean, it wasn't funny. It
was smoking and shit.
I'm going to end my thing and say, good luck in future endeavors. And I hope you didn't really want to be an analyst because you're pretty much done with that. Good luck, Paul Pierce.
One of our people in the chat said, but those girls shook their ass so good though.
Hey, they were. But I mean, I definitely agree with King G. Why is because Disney is firing everyone for certain reasons. Like Gina Carano got fired for what she posted. So we can't be like, oh, well, we can't pick and choose. Like, I understand, like, he's a grown man. He can do what he wants, but he works for the House of Mouse, and they don't fucking play that shit right now.
I don't blame him. I really don't. I mean, you can go.
An era that has it's just all it is technology. Once it's out there, that shit's out there forever. Like, as soon as that shit hits the internet,
I mean, but I don't care if that's out there. Like, he honestly didn't do anything wrong. In California, weed's legal. He was in his home. You can have strippers in your home. You can play poker in your home with your friends.
It's just with their image. It's like it is what it is. Like, since everything is just like so monitored on the internet, like,
can you come a little closer to your mic?
You just have to be better with like keeping your shit private, and like in an era that everything gets documented online,
Facts.
And he did it all for 315 views live.
Oh, that's pretty terrible. I ain't gonna front though. Like, an adult site, already said that they want the same exact shit that he was doing, exotic strippers, him smoking and everything while watching, a show. They want him to come on live for $250,000. So, I mean, at the end of the day, is it really an L? Did he really take an L? You know what I mean? Like, he's still getting
a porn star.
I mean, I think I agree with like Charlemagne the God when he said it on the Breakfast Club is more or less like maybe he was already going to leave ESPN and he just didn't give a fuck.
Maybe. It's it's kind of up in there. That's definitely kind of up in there, So he's probably, just like, fuck it, dude. I don't care. You know what I mean? Or like maybe he wanted to get out of his contract. I don't know. But at the same time, it's like that is ESPN. I mean, you don't really get higher per se.
I mean,
unless you're a player.
But I mean,
you don't really go.
Is it? I mean, he's already one of the greatest. He's gonna go.
He's filthy rich. He's filthy rich.
He doesn't give a fuck. Like at the end of the day, like I don't
blame him. Yeah, I don't blame him at all. You know what I mean? So you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like you can kind of say fuck ESPN if you want, or you can make your own show. He probably make his own network. Huh?
So just like that, we lost our ESPN endorsement.
Oh, I mean, I didn't say it. I just, I mean, that's what I was thinking. Maybe he was thinking. ESPN, if you want to endorse us, maybe, hey, I'm down with the mouse. You know what I'm saying?
We'll stop cussing and doing everything on the show.
Thanks. Hey, drop us each a $1 We're good.
Y'all not wearing sleeves.
Y'all call us sellouts. We call it entrepreneurship.
I'm reading the chat. They said, damn, he was noticed for a player that faked an energy to go shit, and now he's known as an old fuck with strippers in his crib. Yo, yes, Sirski, much love to you, bro. You funny as fuck.
Hey, that is real shit. He was like, man, I gotta go take a shit.
Well, let's be real though. Like, to give the man the benefit of the doubt, like, when you got to shit, you got to shit. Like, it is what it is.
Facts, bro. Facts.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, yeah, was it some foul shit? Yes.
Yeah.
Was it funny as fuck?
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. Bro.
Like, imagine you have to take a full-on shit and you're running up and down a basketball court, jumping up and down. Like, bro, that's not happening. He's gonna shit himself on the court, and then you'd be like, "Hey, you're that guy who doo-dooed himself on the court." And then,
that's true. That's true. Like,
you had to bully that man out of existence.
Man,
I just need a shirt that says Paul Porn Star Pierce now.
Hey,
I mean, you gotta think about it, dude. Like, I remember like working at fucking where we all used to work at besides King G. Yeah. And like, man, I would I look for any kind of excuse to go take a shit. Like I'm like, yo, I'm bored as fuck. I'm gonna go take a shit. Like, I need to get out of that situation. You know what I mean? Like, hey, motherfuckers be on the phone. Motherfuckers be on the phone and shit talking to me. I'll be like, well, I'll be right back. Do
y'all remember how hard I tried to get them to fire me?
Bro.
To fire me.
I don't want to talk about I don't want to get on a conversation of like what we used to do and shit, but yeah.
Well, if my company's watching, I don't make excuses to go shit. I work hard for y'all.
I don't have a job.
Remember that when my raise comes, when it's time to get my evaluation. Remember that, guys.
Remember that, man.
Goddamn fact.
What's that, facts?
Working hard as shit.
Working hard as shit, you deserve to take it shit. That's what I said.
But you want to know who's fucking grinding though? Who's working hard as shit to try to be on top again?
Ooh.
Us.
That's true.
Hey.
Netflix though, this past, year and a half, they've taken a hit since HBO Max came out. HBO showing their movies in theaters and on HBO Max. You also got Disney Plus that's just constantly killing it every day. Now, every week at this point. So Netflix has been taken down. But now they made a fucking deal with Sony to stream all Sony's upcoming projects and previous projects on Netflix.
Do they ever they ever say the amount?
I can find out for you, but let me just let you know that means all the Spider-Man movies, Morbius, Venom, Spider-Man.
It has to be billion. It has to be in the billion.
I think Disney owns the Spider-Man cartoons because Fox owned those initially when we were younger. So Disney owns those, but any other Sony project, film. But that's not the only thing that Netflix has been doing. They just bought the entire rights to Knives Out from Rian Johnson. So they bought the first movie, but part 2 and 3. So they're trying to regain some IP. So I kind of want to know how y'all feel about Netflix low-key reinventing himself without no one realizing it.
Y'all mind if I take the lead on this?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So, I mean, like you have been saying, Retro, like they have been getting absolutely fucking stomped on by HBO. And that's good. There needs to be more competition than just Netflix and Hulu out there, to be fair. I feel like Netflix is trying their best to come back because I think they were initially trying to be a bit greedy, trying to be like, oh, well, we'll find out like how many people have Netflix and we'll limit it to just that household. And, like, I feel like their brand was made off of like a lot of users like coming on there and like, the browsing through their inventory. And I feel like when you do that, you're really going to try, like, I feel like it's almost like a self-destruction kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because at the same time, you're going to be, you're limiting people, but at the same time, you're limiting people. Like you're limiting people.
Yeah.
So it kind of like it's kind of like, you're fucked if you do and you're fucked if you don't. You know what I mean? So you might as well go ahead and take the route of being, having more exposure and everything. and like getting more people to come onto the platform, because eventually people are going to be like, well, I don't want all these fucking accounts, you know what I mean? I'd rather have my own shit, so that way I don't even have to deal with other people. I mean, that's how I initially look at it, you know. I could be wrong.
I mean, no, I definitely agree with you. Like, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, but here's another thing. Not only that, they get all of Stars. They get Jumanji. They get all.
Oh, they get Stars?
No more. Not unless they reacquired them, because Hulu now has Stars.
Well, Sony is partially owned Stars, so that means that they're gonna have to go over to Netflix. So
good.
It's gonna be interesting.
Hey, I don't want the motherfuckers to be too powerful though. I like how we're having this diversity with all these different shit. You know what I mean? That way we can choose.
Well, yeah, I don't think that'll be the case no more.
But I think that like HBO is always going to have the edge, right? Well, I mean, right now they're like building the edge. It's like people are releasing all these movies out on it, and it's drawing a lot of attention.
That's
true. I can see it for like a while building a lot of steam, you know, and being like just because of how easy the platform.
Kinda, sorta. Kinda.
Yo, I ain't gonna front.
Really good.
Yeah, HBO has a good interface too, man.
Yes.
HBO has a good interface, bro. Like I'm like, this is actually kind of nice. Like just going through with the remote, like.
But Disney House of Mouse is always gonna be number one at the end of the day, and I'm
goddamn right.
I'm more on HBO Max than I am Disney Plus. But at the end of the day, Disney Plus slays with children and just adults.
Yeah, Disney Plus too powerful, bro. Like,
yeah, but another thing is another thing is, you know, no matter what happens, HBO is here to stay. HBO Max, Disney Plus is here to stay, and Netflix is here to stay. And of course, you got Hulu, but Hulu's really they're set, but they're never going to be like the king.
Well, I think they're kind of in a. I think they're in a different lane.
No, they're the king.
Well, I mean, because like I don't really
owns Hulu.
Oh fuck! I forgot about that. You're right.
Disney's too fucking powerful. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so you got Netflix, you got Disney Plus, and then you have HBO Max. I don't think that, and you're right. Competition is good. They were king for so long because there was nothing but Hulu, and it was just Netflix and Hulu. Disney came along, HBO Max came along, and that is what kind of took them off that pedestal. But competition makes the product better. So Netflix is constantly going to have to reinvent. Then they're going to get on top. Disney's going to reinvent. Then HBO's they're going to feed off each other. They're always going to have to try and one up. And in the end, that's going to be best for the viewers. And I love the fact that HBO Max does the release in theaters. That is a crazy thing. It is an amazing thing. And it's helpful.
Yoga Flame.
They have an extensive video catalog, plus the movies that are released on the Mac. That will keep them in the run, but HBO Max, I don't think will ever jump to the top, even though it's a personal favorite. Like, I agree with you, Retro. I'd rather watch HBO Max than all the other ones. But Netflix will get it back on top, but it won't stay on top. Those three are not going anywhere. Nowhere in the foreseeable future are any of them going anywhere. They are here to stay. But yeah, Netflix has done a great job with Sony. That was a big, another thing is that it's going to be bringing is Netflix is building up their anime catalog as well. So Sony has gotten into the anime game as well. They bought Funimation, which is the king, pretty much the king of Funimation of anime. Now they got Crunchyroll merged. Sony is bringing in a lot more than just Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse and the other Sony movies. They're bringing in anime, which is, and viewers today, another big portion of the market. So Netflix hit a fucking home run with this deal. I'm talking about a home run. And I'm excited to see what happens next. I'm just ready to watch some good movies and get some good shows.
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Yes, sir. I'm done.
Yo, perfect. Yeah, Funimation, fix your goddamn interface, dude. Quit playing, bro. Quit playing with me, bro. Yo, I'll fight you on site.
I need Funimation to hurry up and take Crunchyroll's interface and
Just take its fucking interface. All you got to do is change the icon and the colors. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Just
the
merge
logo,
it.
yeah, change the logo and that's it.
Yeah,
That's
the
all we need.
logo, all that shit, bro. Like, quit fucking playing with me, Funimation shit, dude. Like,
Come on,
that
Sony,
shit is so fucking slow. God
Yeah.
damn, bro.
And
Damn.
you have to like.
Monkus. Yo,
I said I think Hulu has a trash interface.
who?
When they updated, I agree because when they updated this last time, to me it got shittier. I
It
did
looks
it
like Disney
more,
Plus.
but not as
But it
good.
didn't work as well.
I feel like Disney Plus, like, it has a smoother, like, it goes a bit smoother. It's the same interface, just a bit smoother.
Think about Hulu as the rated R stepchild of Disney. So of course they don't give a fuck. They don't care about the rated R content.
Oh yeah, facts. They trying to get some money.
Yeah.
They trying to get some fucking guap.
Yeah. And they're
But
hitting it.
I think that what I think that HBO should do before we, because we talked about HBO, before we go back to Sony and Netflix, what would make HBO the better, I feel, program is if they did something not any app can do. They own DC Comics, so you had DC Universe. At this point, you have like Nikolai said, you have a fucking perfect interface. You have everything divided by brand. Go ahead and throw the comics of DC in that app. So now people can get interested. People who don't read comics can now be like, let me check out this hero and read comics. And that's something no interface.
That is kind of a game
offering.
changer. That would be a game changer, bro. Like, for real.
Streaming comic books? Hell yeah.
Yeah, that'd be different, bro.
I
Like,
feel like I have Comixology and I have Comics app, and I feel like there has to be a better alternative to those platforms in order to navigation.
Because
like, god damn,
if y'all had DC Universe, if you like, I'm telling y'all,
is that still alive?
no, it died out when HBO Max came a thing.
Okay.
But what you could
I
do,
knew that shit was gonna die.
but I had no, dude, it was so perfect. But that's why I said HBO Max.
I knew
was
you
worth
want to
it.
know how I knew it was gonna die because it was just a DC thing. Like, bro, I don't want just a DC thing, bro. I want catalogs of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want just one thing.
But there were catalogs of every hero, everything. They had a documentary.
No, I want more.
I mean, true, but I'm saying the way they had comics show up on your screen was new. You read panel by panel, and
okay, actually, that's kind of fire, low key. That's actually kind of fire.
You can add that to HBO Max, and that's something no one else has ever. So now you can read comics with your kids right there on the couch.
That's true. It can be like HBO Max, like make it like I don't know, like a Max Plus. I mean, Ultra Max. You know, at Ultra Max.
Just throw it on there. Why not? And then you'll get more subscribers like that. And then
facts. Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt, bro. Hey, King G, can you
Yeah, hold up.
Oh,
can you redo your camera, bro? Bro, it's just him like looking like he's like squinting extra hard at the screen.
It looks like his family. He just walked into like a murder scene, and his family was like, "Don't open your eyes."
Yo, he looks like he's squinting super hard, bro. You there, King J? I mean, King G. I looked at Jackson while I was saying it.
He saw it in the chat.
Is he there? We'll continue until he gets back.
But you know, I think it's a big deal with Netflix and everybody.
He said he's coming back, so we'll continue.
I think it's a pretty big deal. It's a step up for them. They're gonna continue to grow and strive, just like King G said. Like, that's competition. Now it just makes all the streaming sites that are out compete with each other and try to be the best, which is better for us. but also a little bit more expensive for us at the same time.
Yeah, the motherfuckers
So-
be charging, bro. Like that's why I'm like very I'm very big on like competition with this type of stuff because they're already going to like the 15 plus range for just Netflix, you know what I mean? We don't need like another cable situation, you know.
But they have family deals, which makes it more expensive. I mean, less expensive, and
that's part of the problem now.
But I mean, like I have a few things, and then my mother-in-law has a few sites, and my friends have a few sites, and we just share, and it's not that expensive for us.
But if Netflix doubles down on that, though,
then fuck them because no one else does that.
Yeah, I think I only pay for like maybe one or two.
Yeah, I don't pay for a lot of apps that I have.
Yeah, facts.
Like maybe Netflix.
Yo, shout out to AT&T, bro. They came through. They gave me HBO. Kind of nice.
For nobody.
Huh?
AT&T's some hoes. I said what I said.
I mean, they hoes, don't get me wrong, but when they introduced me into the no contract internet plan, I'll become a spokesman for them motherfuckers. I'm a gig up, gig down, baby.
They're gonna like crop you out of this video, and like they're gonna be like, we're stealing this, and they're gonna use you for a commercial and be like, are these your words?
Are these your words? Hey, we gonna get paid off that though. Shit. Lawyers coming strong. They don't have to settle out of court, you know what I'm saying?
Now,
that's a case right there.
For the next case.
Ooh, bars.
Batman's is we just got the trailer for the Batman The Long Halloween, which just came out, part 1 of
part
2.
1.
And it looked fucking dope, actually.
Looks really fucking good.
Yeah, like I'll let you both take the lead on this one. Because I know y'all are big. Well, nah. You know what? I'll let Retro take the lead.
I watched the trailer.
No, in all honesty, it looks amazing. There's a few key differences in the trailer that I've seen from the comic book, but I think it's gonna be really good. I'm still not sure how I feel about the new animation that DC's going with, like the Archer kind of feel. But it definitely it looks good. It looks a lot better. Jensen Ackles from what's it called? Supernatural. He's now playing Batman, which he played Jason Todd, the Red Hood, in Under the Red Hood. Now he's old enough to play Batman, and it's kind of a passing of the torch in this movie. It's going to be amazing. I'm telling you, part 1 looks very close to the comic, and then they'll come out with part 2 in the summer.
Hey, I ain't gonna front, like, you know, sorry to interrupt.
No,
I ain't gonna front. I don't know if I care for this art style, dude. That art style that they were using with, you know, the Apocalypse, whatever, I can't remember the name of it. War on Apocalypse War.
Yeah, Apocalypse War.
Yeah. Yo, that shit was fire. Like, that was some good animation. And like, do you think that like how are you still frozen on the phone? That's wild.
Bro.
My man's just going through it.
Donate money to this channel, and we can get this man a new webcam.
No, he's getting a new webcam. I was thinking about getting him one, you know, because you know it is part of like the whole thing. But we'll talk about that later. But no, like when we look at it, dude. When we look at it, fuck, I'm going to it. Fuck. I kind of forgot what I was talking about. Oh, no. When we're looking at the art styles and everything, like, it looks so cheap. Like, do you think they're doing that to, like, save money? Like, low-key?
I would say that Warner Brothers had a switch up because a lot of those artists went over to Invincible on Amazon Prime.
I felt like you were endorsing it right there.
Oh, was I?
Yeah. No. Yo, what's good, LT?
Cheers. How we doing, brothers?
Chilling, my man. Chilling.
Where
How
we
are
at in
you?
the show? Catch me up.
Right now,
Talking about the Batman: The Long Halloween.
oh my god,
What happened?
King G just left out. He had some problems with it. He had some technical problems.
I think that storm's hitting, bro.
Yeah, I think it is too. That's what I'm getting worried about. That storm actually knocked it out earlier.
But no, yeah. So I think it's gonna be a really interesting movie. Like you said, the animation style looks a little whack, but it still looks good. But a lot of those artists are at Invincible on Amazon Prime. So if you still want that art style, you still want that feel of those characters that we grew up with, because a lot of those dudes that did the animation are people that did the Batman the Animated Series, the Justice League show.
I was like watching Invincible, and I was like looking at the style. I was like, man, this really looks like the old looks like the old Justice League animation.
Yeah,
Like,
because they got fired. They got fired and went over to Invincible, and I mean, I was like, damn.
Like, it reminded me of Static Shock too.
Those are the same guys. They've been doing this for years.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo, can we like talk about how fucking iconic Static Shock is?
Yo,
Facts.
so that's what I was going to say. So Static Shock is 100% canon DC, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, from my understanding, he's like a top tier. Like if we were doing like top tier being S, Static Shock would be an A tier hero as far as powers go.
Well, how about as far as the show? How about as far as the show? What do you think? Like, not like the character itself, but the whole show.
I mean, the show itself is.
I think it's S. Like, that's a fucking top tier show.
Oh,
Good
dude,
fucking show.
I meant his like powers and abilities.
Oh yeah, I was just wondering your opinion on the whole show.
I think the show trash, but you know, it's whatever.
Nah, man, the show.
It's okay to like bad things.
Oh my god, I don't think it was a bad show at all.
I don't think it's bad, because when you watch the show, it actually hit on things that, like, as children. Yeah, like, so he's a bang baby. So it's these gangbangers force him into going into like the scene in this set, and then they all get exposed to drugs that turn them into like superheroes. That's something they never hit on. And then like they gave him a gun and forced him to go there. Like, hey, bro, you got to go do this. And he had to make the conscious decision as a 13-year-old to be like, fuck that, I'm gonna throw this out. Like, they hit on some shit that like they didn't hit on other superhero shows.
I sound like a terrible person right now. Let me caveat what I meant. I hate all 90s animation. I hated the X-Men. I hated the Spider-Man. I hated the Batman.
You out of here, bro.
All that.
No.
Yo, I'm disconnecting this motherfucker right now.
X-Men.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm saying I hated the animation.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's okay. That's actually that's understandable.
Animation. It's not that I hated the stories. I hate the art style animation. Cause like the first cartoon series I was really exposed to was fucking Robotech. I like seeing people get killed. I remember staying up late at night on Sci-Fi Channel when my dad would go to sleep, watch Robotech, and see a robot turning and people getting murked. And then in the daytime I'd have to go watch this kitty ass fucking Batman where they're punching each other, or Spider-Man, whatever, and I'd be wildly disappointed.
Bro, they're just looking at you.
Technically, the Batman the Animated Series wasn't kitty because it was prime time 7:00, and it transcended art in general because they did that entire show on black paper. But
amazing.
I don't know anything. I'm just
X-Men the Animated Series, like, for what we got as kids in the 90s, like, for effects and everything, there were, like, a lot of some, like, shows were not that great, but, like, I've loved the animation, the artistic style of that show since forever. That's where we got, like, our iconic looks for, like, 90s X-Men.
And the only reason why we defend it so hard is because if you now see it, like Nikolai said, like if you go watch Justice League Dark, Apocalypse, or any of the newer DC
that shit's
films,
fire. That shit is fire.
Invincible, those same people who invented those styles have perfected it to this, like it's a perfection at this point. So to hate then is like hating the now of this perfection.
I didn't say anything about now. I said the 90s.
Again, you gotta walk before you can run. At the end of the day, it's different,
bro. I mean,
are you talking about like like
I'm talking about just art styles, like the intricateness, the artwork. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at 80s, 90s Japanimation, and then compare it to 80s, 90s American cartoon, it's the art. There's no competition. You can clearly see which one has more detail. That's what I meant.
I can't fight that, bro.
The animation, the style that I was first exposed to, because I saw anime before I was watching American cartoons. And for me, it seemed like such a huge downgrade.
I mean, and I can agree with you.
I can agree with that as well.
I can agree with that as well.
I can agree.
I can agree. Now, but again, that's not necessarily, to say that they're bad.
Yeah, like
yeah, of course.
I mean, like even thinking about it, like not even like like talking shit, but it's like you kind of look at like shows like I don't know, something like Rurouni Kenshin or Yu Yu Hakusho and shit like that, and it's like they were putting in fucking work, bro. Like I ain't even going front.
How can I watch that and then turn on X-Men and be like, yo, this is fucking beautiful? Hell no.
LT got a point on that. I don't know. As far as animation style, I mean, I love the shows personally. Like, I loved all the shows, but yeah, like animation style, I completely understand what you're saying.
And you gotta realize that for the budget that they had for that show back then, they like did the best that they could, and that's unfortunately like what it was getting them, because Marvel wasn't owned by a big company. It was like Marvel was funding.
Oh yeah, bro.
That's true. I forgot. They went into bankrupt. Yeah, they were in bankrupt.
That's why you can't get all.
They were down bad. Those motherfuckers were down bad.
You know what? This is going to sound even worse, but I don't know if I can believe that stance either, because there are tons of Japanimation studios going bankrupt in debt, and their art's still better.
I mean, that's Marvel. DC art's always been on point. So DC ain't never been bankrupt. So yeah, you're right. I agree with Marvel. Yeah. Speak on that, Connor.
Man, like they were churning out TV shows for us anyways. Their lack of budget, their broke ass, but they did the best they could for us.
Wait, Gargoyles is DC, right?
Hey, bro, get off Gargoyles.
Wait, hear me out. Gargoyles is DC, correct?
Is it? Is that confirmed?
He's out here defending Gargoyles won't stand up to Marvel. Can't believe this.
What I'm going to say is the artwork in Gargoyles is highly slept on. If you look at their statues,
he's like, okay, it's fine.
The way that they use the lights and the shadows in Gargoyles, like if you Google it right now, whoever's watching, Google that shit and look at the stills from Gargoyles, and it was
I'll put it up on the screen.
American animation.
I'll put it on the screen actually. I want to see it,
bro. I remember I had a Gargoyles like fucking.
I had toys
and toys and shit.
So look at the Gargoyle when they're in the statue form.
I think they're just Disney.
The artwork is fire.
Yeah, actually, they're Disney, aren't they?
They're just Disney.
They're just Disney.
Yeah,
they got bought by Disney a while back.
Yeah. I ain't gonna front, bro. I'm looking for stills, and these motherfuckers are giving me actual gargoyles.
No.
Hold on. Let me spit some facts real quick, because you say you like the style of gargoyles when the series also received favorable comparisons to the Batman the animated series.
That's some cold hard facts right there.
I said the stills of them as gargoyles. That's it.
Yeah, but the stills in the Batman the animated series, the Batman on the roof, Bro, I'm telling you,
the shadows.
It had moments. It for sure had moments. But
that show.
So think about like this, bro. Like let's say we go to like if I shoot 100 times and I only hit 10 shots, I'm still trash. That's the same with all these animations.
That's actually
like,
pretty good.
If I have 100 different scenes and only 10 are good, that don't mean I can't appreciate the 10 that are good, but overall, your rating still goes down.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. But yeah.
I mean, it still don't. It's fair, but it don't take away nothing from me. They're my shows.
There are some iconic moments in all of that. You
can't tell me that Mask of the Phantasm wasn't an amazing movie whenever it came out, because I feel like they had more money in their budget and they were able to do something really fucking cool and make it a little cleaner.
I'm not even gonna lie. I think the movies that they were doing in the early 2000s was top tier, because they were raw, they had the action, and they stuck very strictly to the comic storylines. I think of the death of Superman when they introduced Doomsday and all of that. I think about what else? The Justice League animated movies in the early 2000s. All of those were fire, man. Fire.
Are you talking about just the movies or the movies, the shows?
Yeah, the movies specifically. I can agree, but again, you got it. The shows connect. The early shows connect to the movies.
Yeah, they had great storylines. I never took away from the storylines.
Okay.
No, so and I agree with y'all. Actually, what's the mask? What's the one with Mr. Freeze? Sub-Zero.
I think it is.
Yeah.
That one. That animation right after it was around the same time as Mask of the Phantasm. Mm-hmm. That's when you can tell they start putting more money into the animation.
Exactly.
Trying to get that detail out.
It was fucking amazing when it came out. For some reason,
my homie here just go ahead.
That whole period, in the 90s, Batman, that series was on top for a hot minute. I feel like that and Spider-Man were the hottest ones.
So with the Batman one, what is y'all? So, damn, now I got 2 points I want to make. So how did y'all feel about Batman Beyond? The artwork in Batman Beyond and the transition they did.
I liked it.
Yeah, I didn't think it was bad at all. I actually really liked it. Now that could just be me. You know what I mean?
I thought
it's the same connect. It's the same artist.
Yeah.
So
See, I didn't switch up.
So here we go. So this is definitely one of this might sound like an anti-Marvel moment. I'm a Marvel fanboy. Sorry for all your fans that are watching this too, Nikolai. But that shitty Ultimate series that Marvel went on from the mid 2000s to the early 2010s was a terrible time. I fucking hated all of that.
Which ones are we talking about?
When they did X-Men, Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate all of that.
I can agree.
I know what you're talking about.
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
They didn't. It was kind of bad. I ain't gonna front.
You're not talking about X-Men Evolution, right?
No, the Ultimate series. They were Ultimate series where they try to do stuff.
I will agree to that. In the series, I didn't watch any of those series because they just weren't good. There was nothing good about them.
They tried to reboot all sorts of stuff, and it just was not it.
Yeah, it wasn't it. I know what you're talking about.
Wolverine and the X-Men or something.
Yeah, Wolverine.
They did Ultimate X-Men, Ultimate Wolverine, Ultimate Spider-Man. They try to connect the universes more. So Wolverine was actually a direct character in Ultimate Spider-Man. Yeah. So, Spider-Man and Wolverine do have history together in the 80s and shit. So they try to flesh that back out with teenage Spider-Man this time, adult Logan, and how their personalities and how they would deal with Venom. So Venom being a top tier fucking symbiote is clapping.
Oh,
yeah, it is. Yo,
clapping some cheeks.
Yeah, and they show Wolverine. Wolverine's destroying him. So I was like, what the hell?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Well, Wolverine.
Don't do that. Don't do this. Spider-Man could have killed Wolverine several times, but chose not to.
You can't kill Logan.
Yes, you can. He said,
bro, that's actually fire. Yeah, that's fucking fire.
His neck and stop him from regenerating.
How can you snap Logan's neck?
Yeah, isn't it made out of anime whatever it is.
So the way your neck works is there are discs with tendons and things in between that hold this together. So why you don't break the neck, you snap everything else in between.
Logan is regenerate. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. He can pop back. He can regenerate.
They've done this several times. There's one series where Logan gets kidnapped. It's a French zombie. Remy does something. I forgot his name. He ties him up to a chair, and every day he eats him. Every single day he eats pieces of him, and his regeneration stops. Every single day he gets eaten.
Retro, what is this? Where did this come from, bro? Comic book people. I need to know about this comic.
All facts.
It actually sounds kind of fire.
You give props to Spider-Man, which I know Retro doesn't like to do. Spider-Man is like probably one of the most well-known characters that constantly holds back his powers. Like he's constantly, he could literally he could beat Rhino senseless without even trying. Rhino's not that strong.
I don't give a fuck. Logan for life, dog.
Bro, I didn't even know you had those. What the fuck?
My man Spidey put the Beats by Dre to the Hulk 3 times, dog.
Bro,
the Beats by Dre to the Hulk.
Berserker mode, motherfuckers. Spider-Man.
I ain't going front, bro. Them claws go hard, bro. They go hard, bro. Hey, bro.
These are real, too. They stabby.
Them bugs go hard, bro.
So while we're on this, another I just caught up with the King of the Symbiote series, Noel, right? I'm catching up. And I'm reading it, so reading all these comments are like, yo, wait till you find out what this really means. And I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? So I Google what Noel means, K-N-U-L-L, and it means fuck in Swedish. And he's literally fucking the verse right now. So, so much sense.
I'm on volume 4. The King in Black. So I haven't gotten the 5 yet because I'm waiting for it to come out on the Marvel Comics app.
Yeah.
But for them to reflesh Venom and just revitalize this, just put life into this whole fucking universe. They've done a little bit in the past, but how they've really made it something different, and they did the whole Absolute Carnage series, which if y'all haven't read Absolute Carnage, it is fucking amazing. It is Cletus Cassidy at his absolute best / worst. The man is undead and flicks maggots into people's mouths, and they turn into fucking carnage.
That shit is fire. I need to see this.
Yeah. The Marvel universe does so many they do so much and so little. They have canon scales of Venom symbiote, on the scale of again, S being the top and E tier being the lowest. Venom is a C tier symbiote, and he can affect the entire city of New York. And they've shown it twice, but they never ever really do it again. They do so much, then they just take it away with these symbiotes. So I really love that they're going back into depth with it. And then you see, who was it? Anti-Venom, who was going fucking toe-to-toe with Sentry to the point he got pissed and just had to rip him off and throw him into the sun. Come on.
That's fire.
Come on.
So I don't want to keep I don't want to keep going because we do have another topic, another longer topic, something that Retro has been waiting for. Yeah, he's been waiting for the past 2 weeks. I think you were here when we were actually talking about it.
We started it, but I
started it. Yeah,
I'm ready. I want all the smoke.
It is actors. We weren't able to do it, but it is actors who played James Bond.
Yeah. Tier ranking of James Bond character or actors.
I ain't gonna front. It's in. I can't really do it because otherwise it'd mess up with us, I guess you could say. Can you go into the tier list and because I don't know their fucking names. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know their names
names. I'm gonna tell you who's number 1 right now.
Who is it?
Sean Connery.
Woo! If your James Bond don't look like he could be slightly racist, he ain't real.
Damn.
Oh shit!
I never said Sean Connery was racist.
He
never said it.
Hey, you know what? You right.
I said
all
James
right.
Bond, the character.
Stop it.
I would never say Sean Connery's racist. I know he's not. I'm just saying if your James
R.I.P.
Bond doesn't look like he would be slightly racist, then he's not believable.
So
just based on his background, where he's from, his story, he says the hard R.
Like in the books.
Yes, the story. I would never ever believe that James Bond would be on the right side of civil rights, just because of how he's written as a character.
Oh
and
my
Sean
God!
Connery looks like that.
Not that he is.
Sean Connery,
or not that he was.
I'm saying
he's not racist. He just has.
James Bond looks like that.
You're saying he has a feel.
All right, I got my like sort. It's Sean Connery at number one. It's an easy pick. Sean Connery, the God. Like I think he's been in the most Bond film. I know what Elijah wants. It goes Sean Connery.
Are you looking at the list, Retro?
I have a list up that's helping me, but I got to go Sean Connery.
I don't know how to put the names on there.
Here's
what was it? So you have the list. Before we go, you have the list open though, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what was it? So Sean Connery's the first one, right?
He's undisputed number one between the four of us, right?
Because I'm used to seeing Sean Connery old.
Yes, Sean Connery is the first one.
Sean Connery is the first one. Okay, so he's got tier.
Can we talk about how he just was a good looking motherfucker when he started, and how he aged into that role and just made it better? Can we talk about that?
He was like a sex symbol for like a long time.
Exactly.
Like,
he's my symbol.
You gotta put some respect on his name.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, like I'm not disagreeing that Sean Connery is hands down probably the best James Bond. But again,
George, spicy. Say something spicy so I can DDoS you.
Oh, well, when it comes to James Bond, you can't, because then again, he didn't have the most compelling stories. Again, it's
that's true. I mean, you can't really knock him either, because
what compelling stories James Bond supposed to have?
Because again,
and I complete the mission.
Because with every story with James Bond, when you watch Sean Connery, which again, I'm not hating. I love Sean Connery. But there's nothing what's going to happen for 13 movies until you get to, not 13, more like 7, till you get to George Lazenby as James Bond. And when you get to George Lazenby as James Bond, you actually get to see James go through something happen. And then again, Blofeld sends an assassin to kill his wife at the very end of the movie. You think James Bond is going to have this happy life like he always does, and his wife is murdered right there in front of him, and there's nothing he can do about it.
I'm pretty sure Sean Connery had some type of contract that says I will not get my ass whooped.
No, it's not even that. It's just
these are facts.
It's just
I'm
true.
Pretty sure.
He has a contract where he doesn't
like,
get his ass whooped. Otherwise, I'm whooping your ass.
No, they followed the books, and that was just one of the first books where James actually ultimately lost something, and that grew his hate for Blofeld. Truly, rather than just Blofeld wanting to take over the world, now you took something from me, and now I need to find you.
Okay, all right. So who's number 2?
That's true.
No.
So
no.
It would have to be Sean Connery. And then
where's the second one? Where's the second one go? That's which one's this one? Like I'm honestly terrible at fucking faces. I do apologize. I'm trash as fuck. I know.
The second one.
But the second
one is
which
Craig
one
David?
is he?
Yeah, Daniel Craig.
He's a newer one. He's a newer one.
The second one is Daniel Craig.
Yes. Daniel
what are
Craig
we putting?
Had the best cinematics, and I think he was the most quote unquote human James Bond out of all of them. he had the highest peaks and the lowest lows that were portrayed, in my opinion. He had films getting his shit.
I like how we kind of both like did the same exact thing.
Yeah, no, I just like him because he had just entire scenes just getting his shit rocked. I like that.
It doesn't get worse.
George Lazenby did that.
Chair getting smacked in the nuts with a rope. Like, it does not get worse than that.
I mean, George Lazenby did that in one movie. You had to get a 3-hour Casino Royale and a shitty Quantum of Solace to even get to Skyfall or a shitty Spectre. Like, it's Casino Royale and Skyfall are probably the best out of the four, to be honest.
I like Skyfall.
But what do you like? Quantum of Solace? Or, tell me what Spectre is about.
It's okay to like bad things. It's okay.
I'm just saying. Tell me what Spectre's about.
It's okay if we know it's bad, and it's okay to like bad things.
I only saw Casino Royale because I was like, these other ones just seem unappealing to me. I think Daniel Craig makes a good Bond, but I don't think his stories are like.
Skyfall. No, I'm not gonna say Daniel Craig is shit because fucking Casino Royale and Skyfall are hands down fucking probably my favorite Bond movies. I love
Skyfall.
All Bond
cinematics and all of that go right.
Huh?
As far as like cinematics and shit goes, right?
Yeah, bro. Like Skyfall.
Yeah, that's why I have on number 2.
To strip Bond all the way down to nothing. And him be at 70% of his original self. That is and to take him back to his childhood home. That's a real interesting storyline to go with. You know what I mean? Like, that's something deep. It cut deep, and that's why people fuck with it so hard.
Facts.
I mean, so what are we thinking?
Let's come back to Daniel Craig. Let's go with the old, because we still got to debate. Daniel Craig is still.
It looks
fresh.
like we're all on the same page. Number 1 is Sean Connery. Number 2, Daniel Craig. Who's number 3?
Well, we're doing them in tiers, and they can be like
a solid number 2.
So Daniel Craig, I'll give him Daniel Craig. So we said Sean Connery's S tier, right?
God tier.
God tier. So we're gonna say that
I think he could go
A tier. I'll agree. A tier.
Everybody kind of on the agreement on A tier.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah, I don't think he's better.
Strong A tier.
Yeah, we'll put him first. Yeah, I agree.
Craig benefited from the advances in movie technology, yada yada yada. So he really was able to personify James Bond and use technology, cinematic, CGI. I mean, if Sean Connery had all this,
oh my god, I was literally thinking that, bro. It'd be different, bro.
Well, Sean Connery had it because you got to realize, like, Sean Connery gave us the jetpack. He gave us the first Aston Martin with the gun in it. He gave us
number one technology back in the day. Like, he had it all. Like,
but that was the technology of the time. And you never supposed to get stuck in coulda, woulda, shoulda arguments, but I think if he could have, would have, and should have had access to the technology,
it'd be different, bro. It'd be different.
Oh, of course.
So where are we putting Pierce Brosnan? Like,
we did Sean Connery, we did Daniel Craig, now George Lazenby. He only did the one-off movie, which is technically a classic. Her Majesty Secret Service. Again, I would have to say, just because I know the history behind that character in this James Bond, God tier. George Lazenby was a model, never acted in his life. Went in,
really
did what he could do, got the fucking role, did it, sacrificed a lot of shit, got hurt, and came out with one of the best fucking movies.
I'm trying to remember which one this is. This is not the one with the. No, it's not.
It's the one where Lady Tyrell from Game of Thrones is his love interest, and they Blofeld kidnaps a bunch of women and hypnotizes them to help with their addictions, and it's like on a snow slope. It's a wild movie.
I'm thinking of a different one. Okay.
I remember which one you're talking about. It's like a snowy cliff.
It's on a snow, and it ends with him and Blofeld having a ski race down a hill. He's chasing Blofeld.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
That's on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
But can we, you know what I mean? Can we really put it to like, you know, like a Sean Connery? Could we really make that, you know, higher than these other two? You know what I mean?
I feel like, look, George.
Like, are they on the same level?
Solid
backstory doesn't play a factor into your role.
B plus, because he only was in one movie.
That's true, man. I feel like if you're only in one movie, dude, you can't really show. You can't really go into that. You know what I mean? Because these are James Bonds that played multiple movies.
I mean, he's better than Roger Moore that played in 8 movies.
Roger Moore is ass.
So if we're gonna, I would rather give George Lazenby I would rather give George Lazenby an A, who made an impact on the James Bond culture over the years for one film over one person who was
That's not what we're talking about. Again, that's him benefiting from something that, you know, isn't directly his talent. That was just a great film. You could plug and play anybody else into that position, and they might have been.
You could plug and play James with same thing with Daniel Craig, but y'all gave him.
You're right. I brought up a coulda, woulda, shoulda. It caught me slipping. You're right.
I'll pull for an A with George Lazenby because again he impacted the James Bond culture.
I vote B.
I vote B plus.
I vote B plus as well.
Whack.
The crowd has spoken.
Like y'all are some fucking haters.
Y'all are not James Bond. Y'all are not James Bond fans.
Elijah, you look.
I kind of feel like he should be B plus. I mean,
can we at least agree that Roger Moore is meme tier?
A meme tier. You know what? Fuck it. He gets his own row.
Y'all would rather watch Octopussy over on Her Majesty's Seat. That's
not what we said, and that's not the argument. Stop that. We're talking about these actors in their roles. Okay? There you go with a coulda, woulda, shoulda.
I know.
Y'all keep catching each other, man.
All right. It's just frustrated. All right. Damn.
He's like, put some respect on his name.
Just a little bit.
He's like, God damn, man.
So
hey, I don't think he's bad at all. Like he's a great Bond. It's just like one movie.
Yeah.
It's like one movie can make a big impact, but people don't always bring him up in conversation.
Because people don't know, they don't know the culture of James Bond.
If you are unknown, that is a hit on you. Are you really as iconic as you think you are? If you are not, people don't even know who the fuck Pierce Brosnan was before or after the Bond series. But people don't even know the world. You know what was the shit? Fucking.
Tomorrow. I was looking. I didn't even see him on a lot of tier lists.
Yeah, people even know him for video games. My man's in here thinks Pierce Brosnan was in a fucking video game.
I mean, he is, but Pierce Brosnan, is actual 90s glory top tier actor.
And that's what Icon looks like.
But
George Lazenby was not that. There are plenty of actors and one-offs that made huge impacts that you know.
The next one is the next actor up is Timothy Dalton, who did License to Kill, and I can't quite remember the second one. But he did 2 Bond movies before Pierce Brosnan. He was Bond before Pierce Brosnan. And it was all right. Timothy Dalton, I'll definitely give him B tier. His movies are entertaining for sure.
No.
What would you give Timothy Dalton?
Do you give him meme tier?
We can't be generous here. We have to make sure these tiers are well defined. He's a C.
Being generous.
If
I do remember correctly, when I was a kid, I think I did like Living.
You like what?
Living Daylights.
Yeah, that's the second one. That's what I'm saying. No, License to Kill and Living Daylights. Those are good movies.
Yeah, I'll give him a solid B plus. Fuck it.
You said D plus?
B.
Oh, okay. I was like,
No.
But tell me why then he does not deserve it.
Or is he not better than George Lazenby for his License to Kill is a fire ass film? Can we have them on the
I
same
do like
tier?
License to Kill, dude.
So if we have him at B+, then Lazenby must go down. They are not the same.
They're different.
I feel like y'all are just hating on George Lazenby.
No,
it's not his fault that he had one movie.
We're ranking the Bonds.
But it's not. But
this has to go. This has to be legendary.
Yeah, but I'm saying y'all are saying the fact that George Lazenby did one movie was the fact that he needs to be lower when it's not even his fault why he did one movie.
Again, a coulda, woulda, shoulda. We don't know that. We just have to go off that.
Y'all keep catching yourselves, man. I love it.
Again, because we have to be true Bond fans in this.
This has to be a distinct tier system. We can't have because B+ is just going to turn into a catch-all. Because I'm telling y'all right now, y'all are going to say Pierce Brosnan is a B+.
No, Pierce Brosnan is higher than me.
Pierce Brosnan's an A tier. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Facts.
Like, I mean, I get it. Some of the 2000s,
for his acting, or for his aesthetics.
So when we go over Bond, I'm going over gadgets. I'm going over entry songs. I'm going over acting, and I'm going over style of movie. I'm not just going
you're going over way more shit than I was going over.
I go over who personifies Bond the best, like how they actually encompass the character.
That's where I was at. That's where I was at.
Brosnan,
that comes with everything I just said.
It doesn't, because
so if you sit down, when you sit down to watch a Bond movie and the song is ass, you know the movie's gonna be ass, and you're checked out already. So don't tell me that comes with a James Bond movie.
That is true. That is true.
It's just generic background shit.
That is not true.
No,
so you're gonna hate on GoldenEye for one. For one, GoldenEye with Tina Turner and Ike Turner on GoldenEye.
GoldenEye's a fucking banger.
I do look forward to the James Bond intros. I ain't even gonna front on you, dude.
I don't know. I've never been like, hey yo, put that James Bond shit on right now, bro.
I ain't gonna front.
Just like
every day in his house.
I ain't going front, bro.
I've never heard a human being say, yo, slap that Eminem. I've never heard somebody say, yo, slap that James Bond intro.
I ain't going front. I was driving with Retro one time, and he was like, hey, yo, can we go ahead and slap on that James Bond intro?
I'll call him.
He ain't say that. He ain't say that.
No, but real talk. If you come to my house, you will hear James Bond music, regardless. Like, I am a legit James Bond fan to the heart and soul.
You out here cooking dinner with the fucking plot setting music in the background.
Yes.
Hey, I ain't gonna front. That shit would kind of be hard, though.
You think I'm playing? I listen to I sing Thunderball to my children. This is not a joke. This is real shit.
Bro, you only live twice? A banger.
Banger, bro. Listen, bro. My homeboy got married for his martini hour. They legit just played James Bond intro songs for martini. I'm like drinking.
You know what? That probably set such a vibe that is unmatched. You probably felt like you was in the fucking yacht in the ocean somewhere with that shit playing. Not even gonna flex on that. James Bond music really. Oh, yo, all right. Let me stop capping to myself. You right. That shit do be hitting sometimes. Yeah,
that shit do hit, bro. That shit do hit, bro. I ain't even gonna front. If I didn't believe it, bro, like if I thought the intro music was trash, bro, I'd let you know.
Like,
yeah, you know what? Y'all caught me in a lie. You right.
Diamonds Are Forever slaps.
Right.
Yeah. They're bangers, bro.
I have no problem admitting when I am wrong, and I have a spicy hot take. I have no opinion. I have no problem. I was wrong.
But I will agree. You know, I am getting a little emotional. Timothy Dalton. I love him as James Bond, but I will agree we got to be a little strict when it comes to the tier.
That's true.
C for sure. And I love him. I love him.
Who are you switching? One of them has to go to C.
C.
No, we didn't. Yeah.
Timothy Dalton's going to C.
Hey, look, I'll give him a C+. I give him a C plus because
he can lead the C tier.
I'm gonna say Timothy Dalton. No homo, strictly no homo. Not at all homophobic.
Bro, ain't nothing wrong with like if someone looks like
Timothy
if they look
Dalton
like a handsome people or ugly as shit, we let them know.
Okay, he's arguably the ugliest James Bond of all time.
Uglier than Roger Moore?
Roger Moore.
I just feel like Roger Moore was fat as fuck.
And girls love dad bods.
That's true.
That's true.
Roger Moore was a good-looking motherfucker. Get out of here. I'm looking at him right now. He could have fought my grandma.
I'm pretty sure he was like sexiest man alive like for a couple of years.
Yeah, he was. Roger Moore was a good-looking motherfucker.
He was a good-looking fat motherfucker.
Ugly. Nah, fam. Look at him right now. That boy. Yeah, that's a good-looking motherfucker. Hold on. Yeah, bro. Look at this shit.
Some fucking officer.
I don't know how to turn it. Look at that. Look at that. You trying to tell me that's ugly?
That was the before the man with the golden gun.
Come on, that's a good looking motherfucker, man.
I'm telling you, go look at Roger Moore at the end of James Bond. You be like, God damn, what the fuck happened? All that lobster martinis and shit.
Chunky boy.
And that's why he can't be above B tier.
So I feel Roger Moore is a D to F.
The heater on.
I said Roger Moore was meme tier.
Oh, meme tier is pretty good, bro.
Complete farce. He's a terrible fucking Bond. Like he gets like bottom of the barrel Bond. Like he's just this ain't it.
He's not even worthy to put on. My family never put on his movies. That's how unworthy.
Okay.
My family said the same thing. They're like, we're gonna skip all the Roger Moore movies anytime they come on.
God damn.
Straight up.
I love it. I love to see it.
Every Thanksgiving because they would come on Spike.
Here there's a theater. There's a theater here that streams all of the classic films. And they always dedicate a day for James Bond films. They never show the Roger Moore ones either.
Because they're trash.
That's what it is. They suck.
So
and for
Roger Moore's
who's in El Paso and you watch the stream, Plaza Theater. That's the one that streams it. You walk in there, it's amazing. Tile everything, satin silk sheet, chairs with gold. Oh man. Oh. I got
you gotta take me sometime, bro.
Shit. Amazing. All right. But yeah. Okay. Next Bond.
Next Bond is Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan. A tier.
A.
Honestly, if we could have a Beyond God tier.
Oh, we can.
You got Pierce Brosnan like that?
Nah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a lot of overhyped, but like, man, he just really sells the character. Like the way that he talks, the way
Pierce
he like
Brosnan and Sean Connery look like James Bond.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Is Sean Connery acted like James Bond, and I think Pierce was just a little off sometimes.
I can agree to that.
Not in Golden. I feel like he was spot on in Golden.
Sometimes I just don't. He doesn't. How can it? He doesn't look.
Look, bro. Check me out. At the end of GoldenEye, 006 looks at this man and says, "For London, James." I think James looks at him dead in the eye and goes, "No, for me," and drops this man from the GoldenEye satellite. You telling me that's not James Bond with the quick?
That is
not Sean Bean. Sean Bean can't catch a break for shit. He always dying in every movie.
For London, James. No, for me. My man's drove a motorcycle off a side of a cliff and got in a plane and drove that hoe and flew the plane.
You have to respect it.
He is the second most iconic James Bond of all time.
Okay, so we can put him as higher A. Is that fair?
I agree.
Yeah,
I think that's cool.
I feel like that's tough to say because Sean Connery was
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jackson, but Scoop in the fucking building. He's saying that he loves us and that he just woke up. He said he had a headache and he couldn't make it to the podcast. But
yo, I also want to say something. This is another spicy hot take, and this is going to sound a little wild, but I gotta say that Pierce had the dumbest white man hair I've ever seen in my fucking life. I've never seen a white man in my life with a little poof into the little slick back. No one has ever done that before, and he got away with it because he looks so fucking good. Go back and look at the type of hair he had, and you be like, "Who the fuck?"
It's that older look, you know. You can pull off a lot of shit when you're older, man.
Bro, my man's. But you're right though. My man's did it, and he drove a tank through a city with the hairstyle, and the poof never flattened to anything.
Oh shit!
He had that 00 hair care.
My man had foam rollers in that shit. That body wasn't going nowhere.
Hell yeah.
Bro, he went to bed with the foam rollers in the head.
He had his hairnet in and everything.
This is
murdering people. He was like, da 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 da.
Bro, James Bond got a hairnet.
Hey, whoever's watching the stream, go look at his hair. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Bro, facts though. These are facts. He went through major action scenes, wind and everything, and that poof never went down.
You gotta respect it. That's some tight ass fucking gel or something, bro. That shit built different, bro.
Shit, fam.
That shit was built different.
Like at least Daniel Craig, his shit look a little nappy when he go through an action scene. When you see Pierce Brosnan, his shit was perfect every time.
That was Pierce's fucking.
That hair was ready for the smoke, bro.
Will be perfect every scene. CGI that shit if you have to. Every scene.
It was in the contract.
Exactly.
He used that Gorilla Glue.
Damn.
Oh my god. Nah, that man got a lifetime contract with pomade.
Right?
Facts.
His hair was highly slept on. Ugly, slept on, but he pulled it off.
Facts.
I definitely agree. Higher A for sure. For sure.
And, you know, in the 90s, in that time, I think the cinema was early 90s cinema was either hot or not. And I think he rode a wave of early espionage film remakes in the 90s. That because, you know, around this time, Mission Impossible was coming back out and shit like that. And I think Pierce Brosnan really capitalized and looked the part. So I think he plays a big role in that too. So
definitely. Like he keeps everyone's attention. My kids are young and they love Pierce Brosnan's James Bond over any other James Bond because
so
he keeps your attention. You know, he's
I feel like
how you want to be.
Sean Connery still has the classic like ruggedness of Bond. You know what I mean?
But he was born with the look.
He was like a man's man.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, Hugh Jackman, you know, Wolverine, Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man. They just had that look. I know what you're saying, LT. I know what you're saying, bro.
There's no better actor to look like James Bond than Sean Connery. So they really lucked up with that. Yeah.
Yeah, they lucked the fuck out, bro. They really truly did.
Like acting, like the whole role, like he hits it on the head.
Yeah.
Talking to the ladies, killing people, fucking like driving
the
past.
Accent, fam. The accent.
The Scottish accent. Now the one we don't really care for. You got one on this list who technically doesn't count, so he's gonna go on the F list. So we'll skip him and go over to George Lazenby. I mean, not George. Roger Moore. Roger Moore.
I guess we. Wait, which one is that?
Did
we already?
Barry Nilsson doesn't count in Climax. He does not count.
Okay.
All we have to say is it's meme tier. I feel like we don't have to like.
Is meme tier the one? Wait, which? Okay, which one? I'm moving them all around. My bad. Okay, so which one's meme tier?
Bottom, below the list, below the comments.
No, I'm saying. I'll say which one of these motherfuckers is it? This one, or this one?
Send the fuck up out of here. Get him the fuck up out of here. Get him out of here.
You see it, Retro?
Yeah, it's the one right before Roger Moore.
I had to double check to see which one
is it. This one?
him out of here.
It's the climax one.
He doesn't even look like.
No, I'm saying which one is he, bro? They all look small as fuck. I'm sorry.
Barry Nilsson. He's right in between.
Okay, right in between.
We left Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
Him. It's the one after him, and then there's Roger Moore.
Okay, so what was it? What's this one right here? Which Bond is he?
From Climax.
Okay, from Climax. And you're saying I don't know this one. I'm sorry. I'm going to be honest. I don't know this Bond.
Get him out of here. The other than Roger Moore, Roger Moore is the only actual last Bond that we can count, and the other two don't count. But
okay, they're
Casino Royale is a parody, and they took Casino Royale and changed it into Daniel Craig's movie.
Oh, okay.
You got to count him because if it wasn't for him, Daniel Craig wouldn't be here.
Okay, this Bond then. Oh.
I'm not going to Daniel Craig doesn't look like a James Bond.
He doesn't, and that was why
people
hated him at first.
I can agree with that.
People hated him.
Yeah. I've actually never seen that. But he was a decent actor.
He is.
Played a role, yeah. Well,
he played his role.
I just need to see his last movie, No Time to Die.
It's just he doesn't have that sophisticated look that most Bonds have. That's all he was.
LT spitting facts, bro.
But he's more of a modern day Bond, like
Pierce Brosnan is the modern day Bond. Let's stop that.
Scoob said, "As long as Sean Connery's God tier, I'm good."
Yeah,
that's facts. Yeah.
Like all of these other Bonds, including Barry Nelson, I could take them to Ruth's Chris or wherever, and we'd look like we fit in. I'd walk in with Daniel Craig and they'd be like, "Y'all are poor, get out."
Y'all are poor.
Yeah.
He looked like an MMA fighter. You know what I'm saying? He don't look sophisticated.
He got that rough look to him.
Yeah.
Nah, but I definitely agree with y'all. Like you said, Roger Moore, low F tier. The other two, they don't technically count, so they would have to be D tier.
I put D in the meme tier.
Yo,
there you go.
Like,
are y'all satisfied with this list?
Like you know it's bad when like multiple families have like banned Roger Moore in their household, and they're like, whenever like I was ingrained in me, like my parents were like, we don't watch Roger Moore as Bond.
Yeah, bro, his shit sucks.
They're like, we don't watch that. He's a terrible Bond. And I was like, I grew up like that, so I didn't watch his shit.
So while we're on James Bond, so like when it comes to acting, I feel like some roles can be colorblind, but most can't. So I remember there was this huge push at one point for Idris Elba to be James Bond.
I was gonna talk about that. That's like, facts. I was talking about that. I was gonna talk about that.
So because of the demographics of where he's at, it was like, yeah, shoot the black guy. He's the spy.
That's so fucked up, dude.
But yeah, all right, guys, we know who it is. It's that one.
In a scene of like,
bro, that's oh my god. Well, I mean, what do y'all think? Like that's a good finisher, bro. Like
some characters just have to be a certain race. It's not like it's exclusionary. It's just how the character's fucking written and or designed.
Like,
well, I mean, like not like race. I'm saying, do you think like Idris Elba? Is it Elba?
Yeah, Idris
Elba. Yeah. Do you think he could pull off that role? Like he just has a nice. He has that nice rough look to him. Great acting.
He looks like a James Bond. He's a great actor, but he is black. So
yeah, and hate to say,
you have to split atoms. Because the second part of the argument is that a fictional character can be any race, but sometimes a fictional character is written to be a race.
Yeah,
James Bond is 100% written to be a race.
Yeah, like, Ian Fleming wrote him to be a certain way, and Ian Fleming pretty much came out and said that he didn't want to. Not trying to. I mean, it's low key racist, but Ian Fleming was like, he's too urban and too street to be James Bond, and
that's a bit racist. That's a bit racist.
Listen. Let's not do that. Ian Fleming is from a different time, you know. So
it's true.
He was in a nice way. He thought he was just being generic. I knew what he meant when he said that.
At least he didn't say something completely fucked off and was like, yeah, I just don't. Like, at least he was like, hey.
Daniel Craig is too urban and street to be James Bond.
I can agree to that, too.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, so...
it's like the same thing that you're talking about with, like, characters are casted a certain way. Like, it's kind of, like, fucked up because, like, Charles Xavier and fucking Magneto, they were modeled off of, like, MLK and fucking...
One of my... But I really fuck with that, dude. Like, I thought that was really cool how it was written. By the way,
but one
of my favorite.
They could connect with be black, which is like, I get it, it's cool, but it's like how are you going to make Magneto a black guy, but also came from the Holocaust and is Jewish? Like, I don't understand like how you could try to like. It's like there's some things you can't do, and it's wrong or like there's anything wrong with the idea. It's a cool idea, but it's like it doesn't fit the story. Like
exactly.
The character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly like that.
I think that this was like a very high note to end off the tier list because I was actually wanting to talk about that a little bit too. So that was actually kind of cool that we were able to like sneak that in there.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody here is happy with the tier list. I don't think anybody can disagree.
That Sean Connery is not racist, but Sean Connery's James Bond says the hard R. Do we all agree with that?
You talking about like in secret with no one looking, or like?
I mean, watching his movies, probably.
Exactly.
When he went to Jamaica, he killed a lot of black people. So
this is such a rush. They had to stop filming. Sean, what are you doing? Oh fuck!
Oh my god, bro! God damn, LT! God damn it, dude!
I'm teasing. Everybody, I'm teasing. Take that serious. Do not take that serious.
Maybe. Slightly. I'll never look at him the same.
Oh my god, bro! It makes me want to like rewatch that shit, bro.
Yeah, I don't
like just to like see exactly what you're talking about, bro.
He
like
said, what a rush!
What a I almost want to
get out of here, y'all. I'm gonna go take food to eat for dinner.
He said, "Yeah, this talk really isn't for me. I'm out, guys." I'm joking.
Yeah, we're Mr. Capone.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start doing the outros. Hold on, focus, bitch. There we go. Ooh, there we go. Someone put in the chat, "Hey, Nikolai, it's me, the D's Nuts guy." Anyway, so producer of the show, co-host of the show, topic guy of the show, overall James Bond fan,
and
retro Wolverine fan. Hey, can you bring out the claws one more time? One more time, bro.
Yo, those were fire, bro.
Yeah, bro. Can you do it? Can you do your outro with the claws?
Nikolai Capone podcast.
Yes, sir. Yeah, can you do the outro with it, bro?
Hey, Bubs. It's your boy Retro, leaving you tonight. Make sure to like and subscribe to the Nikolai Capone podcast. You make sure you can catch me on Instagram at retro_detro. Also on the Retro Matador.
That was.
Have a good one.
That was fire, bro. That was fire, bro.
Nice.
With the
right. Right below Retro, my boy LT, let him know, bro.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy LT, battle rapper, consultant, marketing consultant, as consultant. I do two things in life, baby. Get your pockets fat and your stomach flat. Your pockets fat and your stomach flat. That's what I do. So holla at me on Instagram. It's XIsaiah_X_boy. If you guys want to know where it came from, I really like Jiraiya from Naruto. It was Jiraiya boy, so I just put Isaiah boy. Anyway,
bars. Even the name's bars.
Hit me up there. My next battle will be in October against Danny Myers. Big name. My dumbass will not get smoked.
Facts, my man. And to the left of LT, I got my boy King Jackson.
What's up? Y'all can always follow me on Twitter at.
Bro, hey, you gotta do that again. You gotta do that again, bro. No, his mic cut off, bro. You gotta come closer.
Lean in.
Yeah, lean in.
All right, sorry about that. So y'all can catch me on Twitter, King Jackson. You can also follow me on Instagram at _Jackson Connor. Nick's gonna fucking plug that shit somewhere.
Yeah, I'll put it in the description.
But yeah, just give me a follow and more content out.
For sure, bro. And it's your boy Nikolai Capone, and you can kind of Google it. I set up the SEO. Shout out to LT on teaching me how to do that shit. And wonderful episode. Absolutely loved it. Rest in peace to DMX, man. Love, respect. Truly an icon. And with that said, I appreciate everybody coming through. Thank you all so much.